If you're over 60, there's one fruit you've been told your entire life is healthy. Yet when eaten at the wrong time, it can quietly trigger a stroke while you sleep. No warning, no pain. One night you go to bed feeling fine, and by morning, you can't lift your arm, your words won't form, or you can't recognize your spouse's face. As a brain doctor, I've seen it over and over. Smart, active seniors who think they're doing everything right, eating clean, avoiding sugar, walking daily, only to end up in the ER with a stroke or even a silent heart attack. Most had no idea this single habit was raising their stroke risk and masking the signs of heart attack or stroke until it was too late. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the worst fruit, 6 more everyday habits that silently damage your brain and heart, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself, starting tonight. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you could save your independence and maybe your life. If you're over 60 or love someone who is, this message is for you. I work with older adults every day who care about living longer, staying sharp, and avoiding the nightmare of a stroke or heart attack. And yet, most of them have no idea that some of their so-called healthy habits are quietly putting their brains and hearts at risk. In this video, I'm going to share the senior health tips I give my own patients. The single worst fruit for your brain if you eat it at the wrong time, plus 6 more fruit-related habits that silently raise your stroke risk and blood pressure. I'll explain why your body, your pancreas, your blood vessels, even your brain, handles sugar, insulin, and fat differently after 60. It's not your fault. It's just how aging changes your metabolism. Most importantly, I'll show you simple, natural solutions to protect your health. How to eat smarter, stay hydrated, and use senior-friendly exercises that lower your risk. And at the end, I'll give you my personal brain-safe breakfast plan, a routine designed to balance your blood sugar, protect your circulation, and support lasting heart health for seniors. If you want to know how to prevent heart attack and stroke naturally, stay with me. Let's start with the fruit that surprises almost everyone. Let's start with the fruit that surprises almost every senior I work with. Ripe bananas eaten at night. I know bananas seem harmless. They're soft, easy to digest, rich in potassium, but for anyone over 60, especially if you struggle with blood pressure or circulation, that bedtime banana could quietly be one of the most dangerous habits you have. Here's why. A ripe banana contains roughly 14 grams of natural sugar and a compound called tyramine. Tyramine can trigger your brain's blood vessels to constrict and dilate unpredictably. Combine that with the fact that, after 60, your digestion slows and your pancreas doesn't respond to sugar like it used to, and that late-night snack can cause a prolonged spike in your blood sugar, followed by tiny clots, what we call microclots, forming in fragile vessels. The most critical hours? Between 2 and 6 a.m. That's when most strokes in seniors occur. Your blood pressure dips, your circulation slows, and if your blood is thicker from sugar and dehydration, the risk skyrockets. Many of my patients wake up with confusion, dizziness, or weakness, and don't even realize they've had a mini-stroke. These can be early symptoms of a silent heart attack, or TIA, and they're often dismissed as just getting older. Take David Collins, a 79-year-old from Florida. David walked every day, stayed on top of his medications, and avoided sweets. But every night, for nearly a decade, he ate one ripe banana before bed because he thought it helped him sleep. One morning, he woke up unable to form clear sentences. He had suffered a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke, while sleeping. He told me, "Doctor, I thought I was doing something healthy." If you love bananas, you don't have to give them up completely, but eat them earlier in the day, paired with a source of healthy fat or protein, like avocado or nuts, to keep your blood sugar steady. And if you're hungry before bed, skip the fruit. Try warm almond milk or a spoonful of chia seeds instead. Both stabilize your blood sugar and help you sleep without spiking your risk. And bananas aren't the only healthy snack that can work against you. There's another common habit, something many seniors eat after dinner, thinking it's good for digestion, that can quietly thicken your blood and raise your stroke risk overnight. Let's talk about that next. Now, let's talk about another healthy habit I see all the time. One that can quietly turn your evening snack into a stroke trigger. Dried fruit at night. Raisins, dried cranberries, figs, dates, even so-called heart-healthy apricots. These seem like smart choices, but for someone over 60, they can be dangerous. Here's why. Dried fruit is a concentrated sugar bomb. The water and much of the natural fiber have been removed, leaving behind a dense load of fructose that hits your bloodstream fast. For younger people, the body can buffer that spike. But for seniors, your digestion slows, your insulin response is weaker, and your blood tends to be thicker, especially at night when you're not drinking as much water. This combination can quietly create the perfect storm. Elevated blood sugar, dehydration, and thicker blood, all of which make clot formation far more likely. I think of Linda Harris, a 72-year-old from Texas. Every night, she ate a small handful of raisins because she'd read they were good for digestion. She didn't eat sweets, didn't drink alcohol, and she stayed active. But one winter morning, Linda woke up with weakness in her left arm and slurred speech. Doctors discovered she had suffered a mild stroke while sleeping, likely fueled by that nightly sugar surge and dehydration. If you want to know how to prevent heart disease and lower your stroke risk, here's what I tell my patients. Replace dried fruit with a small handful of unsalted walnuts or almonds. They provide healthy fats and help stabilize your blood sugar. Before bed, drink a glass of warm water with just a pinch of unrefined sea salt, not table salt, to help keep your body hydrated and your blood at a healthy consistency overnight. And add a 5 to 10-minute evening walk. It improves circulation and supports your overall diet for heart health. But dried fruit isn't the only trap. There's another healthy morning ritual, something millions of seniors do every single day, that can be even worse for your blood vessels than a sugary dessert. And most people have no idea it's hurting them. Let's talk about fruit juice. Now, let's move to a habit millions of older adults think is the gold standard of healthy living. Starting the day with a glass of fruit juice, orange juice, apple juice, even those 100% natural bottled smoothies. It feels refreshing, clean, and heart-smart. But for anyone over 60, this one habit can be far more dangerous than most people realize. Here's the truth. One glass of juice often contains the sugar from 3 to 5 whole fruits, without the fiber that slows absorption. That means your blood sugar skyrockets within minutes. Your pancreas is forced to pump out a surge of insulin, and your body goes on a roller coaster ride of spikes and crashes. For younger adults, it's a minor inconvenience. But for seniors, it can mean something far worse. Arterial stiffness, unpredictable blood pressure swings, and even dangerous drug interactions with statins or blood thinners. I think of George Walker, a 68-year-old from California. George was careful. He never touched soda, avoided alcohol, and thought his morning orange juice was his healthiest habit. But over time, his blood pressure became unpredictable. Tests revealed early plaque buildup in his arteries, and his doctor warned him that his juice habit was quietly working against his heart. George told me, "I thought I was doing the right thing. I never knew juice could be this risky." So what's safer? If you want the benefits of fruit, eat whole fruit with the skin on so you get the fiber your body needs, and pair it with a little protein like a boiled egg or full-fat Greek yogurt to prevent that blood sugar surge. Or if you're looking for something to drink, skip the juice altogether. Swap it for herbal tea or water. Your heart, brain, and arteries will thank you. These changes aren't just the best diet for heart disease prevention, they also give your body the natural support it needs to absorb key vitamins for heart health without overload. And fruit juice isn't the only healthy habit causing silent damage. Many seniors actually eat too much fruit every day, thinking more is better, and unknowingly create the perfect conditions for stroke or early signs of heart attack or stroke. Let's break that down next. Now, here's a surprising truth most seniors have never been told. Even healthy fruit, when eaten in excess, can quietly damage your heart, your brain, and your metabolism. We've been taught for decades that fruit is nature's perfect food, but after 60, more isn't always better. Here's why. Eating 5, 6, or more servings of fruit a day floods your system with fructose. Your aging liver can't process that much sugar efficiently, so it converts the excess into fat. Over time, this can lead to fatty liver, elevated triglycerides, and insulin resistance, the perfect recipe for atherosclerosis, the hardening and narrowing of arteries. Those narrowed arteries can easily trap clots or send one toward your brain, dramatically increasing your stroke risk. I think of Patricia Lee, a 77-year-old from New York. Patricia avoided desserts and processed foods because she wanted to protect her heart, but she proudly told me she ate 5 to 6 servings of fruit every day. Berries in the morning, apples at lunch, grapes in the evening. Her lab results told a different story. She had a fatty liver, high triglycerides, and early signs of narrowing in her brain's blood vessels. She looked at me and said, "Doctor, I thought I was making the healthiest choices possible." For heart health in seniors, moderation is key. Stick to just 1 to 2 servings of fruit per day and make those servings count. Choose lower sugar options like berries, kiwi, or green apples, which are packed with antioxidants but won't overwhelm your liver. And always pair fruit with healthy fats or protein, a handful of nuts, some Greek yogurt, or a slice of avocado toast to keep your blood sugar stable. These natural foods aren't just good for your heart. They're some of the best supplements for heart health you can get, straight from nature, not a bottle. But fruit alone isn't the whole story. There's another danger most seniors don't realize: how certain fruits can interact with common medications and turn a safe prescription into a stroke or bleeding risk. And it's far more common than most people think. Let's dive into that next. Now, let's talk about something most seniors are never warned about: how certain fruits can turn your everyday medications into a dangerous cocktail. I'm talking about fruits like grapefruit, pomegranate, papaya, and mango. These aren't just sweet treats, they actually block a key liver enzyme called CYP3A4, which is responsible for breaking down many common drugs. Here's why that matters. When this enzyme is blocked, your medications like blood pressure pills, statins, or blood thinners don't get broken down the way they should. Instead, they build up in your system, and that can lead to dangerously low blood pressure, excessive blood thinning, internal bleeding, or even unexpected blood clots that can travel to your brain and trigger a stroke. Take Richard Carter, a 70-year-old from Arizona. Richard took his prescribed heart medications faithfully every morning, but he washed them down with a glass of fresh grapefruit juice because he thought it was a healthy choice. Over time, the combination caused his blood pressure to plummet without warning. One morning, Richard woke up dizzy, with blurred vision and slurred speech. He had suffered a transient ischemic attack, a warning sign of stroke. He told me later, "Doctor, no one ever told me fruit could do this." If you're over 60 and want to know how to prevent heart attack or stroke, here's my advice. Always ask your doctor or pharmacist if the fruits you eat can interact with your prescriptions. Take your medications with plain water, not juice, and never assume that natural means safe. Recognizing the heart attack warning signs, like sudden dizziness, chest discomfort, or blurred vision, and understanding these risks can save your life. And while drug interactions can be dangerous, there's another habit, something as simple as a sweet bedtime snack, that can quietly set you up for a stroke during the most vulnerable hours of the night. It's a trap most seniors fall into without realizing it. Let's break it down next. It's late. You've had dinner, watched the evening news, and just before bed, you feel that familiar craving for something light and refreshing. Maybe a bowl of grapes, a few slices of watermelon, or some juicy pineapple. It feels innocent. After all, it's fruit, not cake or cookies. But for anyone over 60, this late-night habit can quietly turn into a dangerous trigger for stroke while you sleep. Here's what happens. These high-sugar fruits flood your bloodstream with glucose at the exact time your metabolism is slowing down. Overnight, your blood sugar stays elevated longer than it would during the day. That spike drives up cortisol, the stress hormone, and thickens your blood just as your body enters the most vulnerable window for stroke. Between 2 and 6 a.m., when your blood pressure is at its lowest and circulation slows. I'll never forget Samuel Bryant, an 80-year-old from Colorado. Every evening, Samuel ended his day with a generous bowl of watermelon, believing it was a healthy way to stay hydrated. One morning, his wife found him unable to move his right side. He had suffered a major stroke during the night. His doctors later told him that his bedtime snack, combined with mild dehydration and slower nighttime circulation, had created the perfect storm. If you want real senior stroke prevention, here's what I recommend. Skip the sugary fruits before bed. Instead, choose a small protein-based snack, like a boiled egg, a handful of unsalted nuts, or a spoonful of unsweetened Greek yogurt. These help stabilize your glucose levels and protect your brain overnight. And if you're worried about weight or activity, don't push yourself with high-risk senior workouts or intense routines before bed. Those can do more harm than good. Stick to gentle stretching or a light walk earlier in the evening and leave your body calm and balanced for the night. But avoiding the wrong snacks is just one step. To truly protect your brain and heart, you need a morning routine designed for your body at this stage of life. One that stabilizes blood sugar, supports healthy circulation, and fuels your brain without the roller coaster crashes. Let's build that together next. After removing the risky habits, what does a brain-friendly, heart-protective morning actually look like? I want to show you a simple routine I give my own patients. One that fuels your brain, supports circulation, and helps keep your blood sugar stable all day. Here's what's on the plate. Start with one boiled egg, rich in choline, which supports memory and healthy brain cell repair. Add half an avocado, packed with monounsaturated fats that help stabilize blood sugar and keep your arteries flexible. Include one slice of whole grain toast for steady energy, and top it off with a small handful of blueberries, powerful antioxidants proven to reduce brain inflammation. Instead of coffee first thing, start your day with a glass of warm water and a pinch of natural sea salt. This simple habit boosts hydration and circulation, which is vital for seniors who want to avoid morning dizziness and sluggish blood flow. Combined, these foods create one of the best diets for heart disease prevention and deliver natural sources of key vitamins for heart health without relying on pills or powders. And don't forget your body's rhythm. Right after breakfast, take 5 minutes for deep breathing, followed by a gentle walk or light stretching. These count as simple, safe stroke prevention exercises for seniors, helping lower cortisol, improve oxygen flow, and keep your blood pressure steady for the rest of the day. When my patients make this their morning ritual, they tell me they feel clearer, steadier, and more in control of their health, without needing another prescription. And if you're wondering how to tie all of this together, the final step is understanding how small daily changes can protect your independence for years to come. Let's wrap this up with what matters most. After decades of caring for patients, I've learned something simple but powerful. Your health isn't shaped by one big decision, but by the little choices you make every single day. A banana before bed, a glass of juice on an empty stomach, a handful of grapes late at night. Each may seem harmless on its own, but together they can tip the balance inside your body and quietly put your brain and heart at risk. But here's what I want you to remember. Your body is resilient. Your brain can heal. Your blood vessels can grow stronger. You are not powerless. Every small mindful change you make, from how you hydrate to when you eat to the way you start your morning, can be a step toward protecting your memory, your mobility, and the life you love. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to remind you that it's never too late to take back control. You don't need more fear or another pill or a complicated diet. What you need is the right knowledge, the right habits, and the confidence that your best years can still be ahead of you. If this message has opened your eyes, let it also open a new chapter. One where you know how to protect yourself, and you trust that your body, with the right care, can carry you forward.